Testing, testing. So the audio, social media, video. Okay, now we need to add. It's called. Is it screen capture? No, audio capture. Boom, boom. Desktop audio capture or application. Google Chrome. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah. Google Chrome. Hold on. Let me go get my headphones. No, pick the drip up, yeah. Pick the drip, yeah. You know, my mom will be a dog. She want a big dog. Got a phone the other day. The 10 ball. All right. See if we can connect my headphones to my laptop, and then it's not gonna make any sense. I need to doing. Wait, can't make no calls in here without. Can I call Zoom? Uh, all right, hold on. So, how am I gonna do this? I guess I gotta do the call on my phone. I do the call on my phone. All right, Fairfield. Trying to make a call, couple calls. He want a big dog. All right, let's see what we got on this property. We're looking to speak to Alfonso. Of course, the number's busy. Why wouldn't it be? And that's the only number I got. This is why using True People Search is just ridiculous sometimes. Don't work. It don't work. Hmm, ridiculous. And they're trying to tell me that's a landline. There's only one phone number associated with this property. Let's see if I look up this other property he's associated with if I can get a hit. I'm trying to see this the second name on here. Huh. Inez. Is there any Inez? No. Phone numbers, relatives, something. Hey. God damn. Hmm. So I see Araceli, Eva Perez, Francisco Gomez. I might have to call this number. And that's the thing about this. I'm not gonna just spend my time taking a number from True People Search and then adding it into Podio. Might be a waste of time. I'm gonna have to call the numbers just as I go. So I'm looking for Alfonso, but I'm calling a Francisco. Gotta cancel batch. Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. Batch dialer. Mm. I don't
Your
even.
call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record.
Okay. So right now I'm paying $19 a month. Damn. I got four phone numbers. Fuck. I don't have to cancel batch today. Oops. Alright. So I tried to call a relative, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in here. Right? So I need to have a relative section. Let me modify this template. So we have So we'll put a little note in here. That's one possible relative. We can call this. Oh, of course, there's right here. What kind of phone number is this? Oh, I'm gonna put on speaker so y'all can hear it. I don't even know if you will be able to hear it. Probably not able to hear it.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
Let's try again. I don't have a built-in dialer nowhere, so I gotta use like my phone. Hi there, Raisley.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to get in touch with Alfonso. You know Alfonso
What?
Gomez? Alfonso Gomez?
Yes, what happened?
Nah, so I was trying to get in touch with him about a property he owns in Concord. I was trying to see if he'd ever think about selling a property. I buy properties out in Concord. You know how I might be able to get a hold of him?
I don't think so. He's selling his phone.
Yeah, that's fine, but I usually just like to have a conversation and see if they would be open to an offer, like a cash offer.
Yeah.
So you speak for him now? I was just calling to see if there's a way you know how I can get in touch with him.
What do you know my name? Actually.
Well, I do real estate out here in the Contra Costa County. So I mean, I look at tons of properties all the time, and I'm able to like just look up properties and uh you came up as like a possible relative for him. So I just was reaching out.
It was him, but I know him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, just online your name came up. So I thought I'd reach out. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that he don't want to sell in his house.
Okay. And what makes you say that?
Because he's living there.
Yeah, well, I see he has two properties on here. So there's one in Pittsburgh and Concord.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to sell one of them, you know?
I think so.
Okay, okay. Well, how do you know him? Are you guys not related?
No.
Okay, okay. All right, no problem. Well, I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Thank you and take care.
Okay. Well,
People always want to act as like a little fucking gatekeeper. For real, people be pissing me off fast. Like, how do you know? You, how do you know? I'm pretty sure. How are you pretty sure? Goofy ass. How are you pretty sure? What makes you pretty sure? Well, is she even worth putting a note in here? Maybe. Maybe. She knows the owner, but she's acting like a gatekeeper. They are not related. All right, bro. So I need to put lead stat. You know, add modify this template. Where's lead status? It used to be skipped. Um, We would say we'd say uncontactable, owner unreachable, door knock. Yeah, it's Tyrell. Yeah, it's Tyrell. Is Francisco? Is this Francisco? Yeah, nah. Do you know Alfonso Gomez? I'm trying to talk to him. Yeah, real estate investor. He has some property in Concord. I might be interested in buying off of him. Really? Why not? Who, me? No, 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 no. No, well, I know he has a couple, like two properties, so I didn't know if I seen it. I live out there out here in Concord, so I was thinking that it's something you might want to. Oh, okay. You guys have anything for sale? Not right now. Okay. Well, I'm an investor. That's why I was calling, reaching out. So, uh, okay, man. Well, listen, if you guys ever do think about selling, I can get you guys an offer on the house. Sound good? Cool, man. Thanks, Francisco. Take care. Mm. Um, it's simple, bro. Like people have houses, they're not looking. Most people are not gonna be looking to sell their house. Looking for people who have fucked up houses who want to sell them. Like their houses beat up. That's the reason you're calling them, right? Now, of course, there could be houses that are not beat up on the outside, and you'll never know. You'll never know. You'll never know, and you might not put that property on your driving for dollars list simply because there was no indicators from the outside, right? You couldn't tell anything from the outside, but maybe on the inside, right? Even just physically, right? Physically distressed internally, and you would never know because you couldn't see inside. And you would never put it on your driving for dollars list. So how do you find properties like that? Sometimes you don't, right? Unless you're doing like online ads and these people find you. Or maybe you pull a list and they're on a list. Maybe they're on like a high equity list, or maybe they're on like they have some city fines or pre foreclosure that they had before. Maybe they're on one of those lists. What do you do with the people who are not on any list and you can't find any indicators that their house is distressed? Which is that's what we look for because that's a it's an indicator, possible indicator to say, hey, look here, right? Doesn't mean there's anything there always, but it's just an indicator. How do you find the people where there's no indicators, there's no signs, um, and they're not on any list, but they are struggling? They do have a motivation to sell their home, right? Um, Door knocking. That's why door knocking is so powerful. Because one, you get to get in their face, you get to knock on door, and door knocking, you're gonna knock on. You don't just go out and knock on doors that are distressed. You knock on neighbors. That's the whole reason why you're supposed to knock on neighbors' doors too. Go across the street, knock on a couple people's doors. Go down the street, knock on five to the left, five to the right, cross the street, do the same thing. Because you never know whose house you're gonna be knocking on. That's why door knocking is powerful. But Francisco did call me back. I think that might be like his brother or something. He said his brothers own some houses. Okay. Spoke to Francisco. All right. Put this as owner unreachable, door knock. Uh, all right. Did I already call 8804? No. Okay, we're on to our second property. Looking for a Ryan or a Katrina? Hers goes straight to voicemail. Sometimes I leave a voice message, sometimes I don't. I reason being, whose number is this? Seven. Who is this? Oops. Let me tell you the reason I don't sometimes. Because sometimes when you leave a voice message and you tell somebody what you're calling for, or they don't know who you are, they will not call you back. However, if they see a missed call from your number and you don't leave a voice message, they don't know who you are, right? And so they might be inclined to, respond. Who is this? But as soon as you lay all your cards out on the table, then what? You know, you don't want to just go ahead and show your hand. Oh, my leg. Oh, my leg. Um, Definitely kind of interested in definitely kind of interested in making that graph slash chart. I don't know how I would do that. Uh, Looking for a David. Hey, David. Yeah, David, it's Tyrell. I was calling to see about your property in Concord on Kruger Drive, man. Would you ever consider selling that thing? Okay, when's a better time? Well, not better time. You think you'll sell in the near future this year or? Okay, okay, no problem. Yeah, All right, no problem. No problem. You too. Appreciate it. Well, that was actually not a bad call. I got to get better on these phones. Well, he didn't want to talk. He said have a good day, but I definitely got to get better. Um, but I did open up the call confidently, quickly, which I've been working on, right? Don't want to be trying to say too many words, stuttering, saying, oh, and like little filler words. Nope, get straight to the point, you know. Yeah, David, name's Tyrell. Was curious. Would you ever set out property over there in Concord on Kruger Drive? If so, when? Have some confidence. Well, man, I would love to come take a look at it, when you are thinking about selling it and I can get you an offer. I invest out here, man, out here on local investors, just looking for my next deal, man, looking for my next project. That was a good call, though. So, lead status, we'll say contact in progress. Lead source driving for dollars. Start drip sequence. I don't really know what that means. It's a good one, though. All right, man. Couple Saturday calls for you. About to clock out. But yeah, man. I'm gonna be here. We're gonna be making calls, skip tracing, setting up um setting up days we want to go door knocking. Maybe we'll actually go out tomorrow. Tomorrow Sunday. Go out tomorrow and door knocking to these people who I've already reached out to them and can't get a hold of them. But they said the dude is living in the house, so I can go over there and talk to Alfonso tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's just how we get down. So all these people speaking for him. No, I don't think he wants to sell it. No, trying to protect him. But hey, man, let the man speak for himself.